Hello, ISBA. My name is Steve Hughes, and welcome to the top tips to deliver a fantastic virtual presentation. I will use a very simple organizing principle today, and that is lights, camera, action. So first of all, with lights, there's a critical element. If you want to connect with people, you have to make sure you're properly lit. Now, I don't expect you to turn your apartment or house into a Hollywood back studio, but all I do ask is this. Your lighting should come, as I'm trying to model here, from the front or the sides or from behind the camera. Be aware of any kind of top-down lighting. You'll see I intentionally not turn on I'm pointing there to these can lights. There's one right above me, so I'm leaving those off. But make sure you're properly lit from the front and maybe a little bit from the side. If you have too much natural light or any kind of light from the back, you look like an outlet or a silhouette, and that is not good. Unless you're informing on some type of a mob situation or you're in the witness protection program, make sure your lighting is solid. Number two, camera. I would recommend highly, and I do, that you elevate your computer, laptop, what have you, so that the camera itself is at directly eye level. It's hard to tell, but the camera is almost right at eye level to me, and it's actually sitting right now on an Amazon Prime box about 5 or 6 inches off my desk. If I didn't, there's a very good chance, and many of you have done this, I hope you don't do it anymore, but if you put your laptop literally on your lap, you're flirting with a double chin. You're also going to make whatever is closest to the camera seem bigger. And that may seem intuitive, but you don't want to do this kind of thing where if you have your laptop down here, look, I've now got a double chin. I look like I'm Jabba the Hutt. You don't want to do that. So make sure your computer, or at least your computer camera, is at eye level. And so you're looking at a proper angle. And then make sure as you look at it, your camera is jealous. That's all that matters. You might be tempted to want to look at people on the screen or look at yourself, but the main thing is, all that matters is that you're looking straight at the camera. That's what people are concerned with. So I don't mind if you have notes you look at or you're gonna reference something, but 90% of the time, I recommend that you look directly at the camera. In fact, one trick I do is I take some notes or a piece of paper. I will intentionally block the video so I can't watch myself, and you won't be tempted. We've all been there. You've seen probably on interview shows, news, you might see on any kind of Today Show or whatever, you'll see somebody interviewed and the whole time they're looking like this. They're looking over here the whole time. It's because they're looking at themselves or something else and not the camera. So don't do that. So we've done lights, we've done camera, and now we're gonna do action. And so action is all about how do you create interaction with your audience? And so the big problem that I see, observed and coached people on with webinars and certainly with online CLE programs is they treat them just like they would a live program, and that just won't work. You have to make them more interactive. It can be very simple ways in terms of just using the Q&A box or the chat box on the provider, whatever the webinar platform is. So very simply say, all right, what questions do you have? And be specific. What questions do you have about? Fill in the blank. And then have them ask questions. Or certainly feel free to ask them questions. Hey, audience, what are the 3 things that have bothered you the most about whatever? Or name the top frustration you have with this. Or has this ever happened to you? Just even write in the question and answer box, yes or no. Whatever you can do to get people sitting up forward and typing in and interacting with the program, the better. Consider doing polling. Every webinar platform has a poll feature. And if you need any help, the ISBA can help you figure out how to do that, but it is very simple. Just go on before your program starts, you log in, and you kind of click around until you find the polling feature, and all you have to do is type in your question. In fact, one of the questions I ask people is, why do you think people multitask during webinars? And then there's several options to choose from, or sometimes they'll do that free form, but the main idea is to get your audience communicating with you back and forth. So the other key aspect of interaction on action is that you want to make sure you have Q&A throughout your program. So don't just wait to the very end and have 5 or 10 minutes of questions. That's too long. You need to have, let's say, 4 main points you're covering in a webinar or in any kind of online CLE program. I'd have a Q&A after each section of your program and see how that goes. So those are my top tips. Have the proper lighting, know your camera, and look at it 90% of the time, and then make it interactive. So get questions from people, ask questions of your people, use the polling features, and don't be afraid to make it more interactive more often. I wish you the best. Thank you, ISBA, and you're going to be great.